Right now, I got brakes. So I just got Power Stop Evolution Plus. It probably doesn't need rotors. It may not even need pads, but it's squealing a lot and the rotors are warped. I could probably just have them turned. I was thinking like it's like $10 a rotor probably to have them turned, and then probably need to put I should put pads on it, and it's like pads are $40, and then this whole kit with pads and rotors was like 70. So it's like, what's the point of even turning them? So I'm just gonna throw these on, and then it'll be nice and smooth and ready for the trip this weekend. So we're driving from Sacramento basically to Seattle. So it'll be about, with like day trips, it'll be about 2,000 miles, and it's just for fun to get away for a minute. I actually like this car. Like, we decided to go to Seattle, and then I was like, I don't really trust. Like, I trust the Corolla, but it's gonna be a pain in the butt driving the manual all the way to there. Started looking at Craigslist, and I saw this. So, I mean, half the reason I even have this car right now is to make this drive to Seattle. So, and then the only things left before actually leaving are gonna be the tint on the windshield, full windshield tint, side glass, and then like clean it because it's filthy right now. I think that's it. So I got this disc brake quiet in an aerosol can that I haven't used before. I live on a dirt road, so it's kind of like, feel like it's always gonna squeak, but I'll give this a shot. So there's that rotor on. The existing pads weren't that bad. They're maybe like half used. They're fine. And I probably could have got it way straight up with just turning the rotors and not doing anything else, but we're here now, so I'll just finish. I need a steel brush or something. That doesn't do much. Came with 2 of these, but I cannot tell where they go. This one looks like it had maybe like 20-25% left, so it's kind of low. But yeah, they're probably good for a few more miles, but they're both done now, so I'll go for a test drive. I'm liking the visor. Oh, I wish it was down here. I'm not gonna mess with it though. Okay, brakes worked really good, so they gave me some stickers, so I definitely have to put these on the car. Perfect. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Just making a mess. Of course, I put the oil filter on last time, and apparently too tight. I did use old oil on it when I put it on, but won't come off by hand. I don't have a wrench that'll fit in there. I tried to smack it with a screwdriver on the side to get it to turn a little bit. Won't turn, just puts a hole in it. Try to put the air hammer on it, same thing, just makes a bigger hole. I'm basically out of tools, so I went to my neighbor's and borrowed giant channel locks and a medium pair just in case, but see if the giant ones will get this thing out of here. This is not gonna be a good evening. See the new filters on. I didn't film it. It's very aggravating, but Ended up beating the crap out of the other filter here just to try to get it to turn, and it never worked. We ended up using this, which I forgot I had. Forgot we had this filter wrench. As you tighten it, it kind of grabs tighter, and it's always sucked because it just slips on the paint. But this filter was so messed up with the hole in it that one of these feet just grabbed right in the hole right there and turned it off. So most giant pain in the butt oil change I've done yet. Be ready to go now. Okay, we're at our Airbnb, but last night I was feeling the car shaking a little bit and pulling to the left. And I was looking at the left front tire, and it has a little bulge in it. I'm gonna try to change the tire. Probably better to have the other tire on it than drive with it that flat. So we're going to the gas station because the spare tire was flat, but you can see, like, if I let go of the wheel, it goes left, and the steering wheel's shaking a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Hopefully, get air in the spare tire, it'll solve both of those problems, the pulling left and the shaking. But we just put it through a lot of work to get up here. Okay, new tire on. No more vibration.
Wow,
No more
that.
pulling to the left. Now it's almost going to the right. That solved all of it.
That's crazy.
So I felt that vibration, like, probably when I bought it, but it was not bad. But then it's probably just less, like, driving, how many miles? We probably put on 800, 900 miles in the past 2 days. So it's probably just all that freeway driving, high speed, like, heated up the tire and made it a little bit worse. But I'm glad we changed it before it blew out on the freeway.
Me too. That would not have been fun, especially with all the rain.
So through that trip up to Washington, car got like 28, almost 29 miles to the gallon, I think. I can't quite remember, but it's been a couple months since then. Just been driving it every day. The problem that we found on that, basically day one on that Washington trip, was that it wasn't coming up to temperature, and it's just starting to turn cold now here, so we need to take care of it. I'm like 90% sure it's the thermostat. It was weird to me because previously it would come up to temperature and it would stick there like the thermostat was working, but maybe either the thermostat failed that day or that week and I didn't notice till that day, or it was just hot outside and it was regulating its temperature well. But for now, it seems like the thermostat is stuck open and has been stuck open since the trip. So I got a Toyota thermostat for it, and we're gonna pop that in today. All right, we got Luna here helping. All she wants is a tennis ball. Oh God. Okay, that's enough. Draining the fluid. Just get like a tube here. Kind of a gross tube. Oops. And then on the side of the block, we have one little drain right there. And then the other end into the bucket. Alright, that should work. And shit. Of course it's not in the bucket. That's how I do. Alright, I think that thermostat's ready to come out. It's on the back of the block. There's 3 little bolts around it, those little 10s, and that little wire harness, and a couple little plugs. And then this coolant tube goes right up in the side of it. Take that out. It's got a little O-ring. And because of that Toyota coolant, it's just super clean inside. The Toyota factory coolant is great. Usually when you see them changed over to the green coolant, they don't look so good, or if the mixture was off. But that red coolant is great. So we can pretty much pop this thing off now. Hopefully it doesn't make too big of a mess. It's not really leaking at all. There's our housing, nice and clean. Nice and clean in the engine there. Wow, it's like perfect inside. So let's see if we can compare it to the other one and see if this one looks like it's stuck open. Oh, what? It doesn't come with the gasket? What a ripoff. I mean, this gasket's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. I do not know. Pretty sure this slides back. How does this open? All right, I got it. It's just a little tougher than I thought it was. That's how it opens. So it's definitely not stuck open, but I don't know what else would explain the problem that I'm having. So I'm still gonna throw the other one in. Maybe this one is opening too early or something. All right, it's all back in. I'm wondering, that thermostat doesn't seem to be stuck open, so my dad was saying maybe it was just low on coolant and not registering on the temperature gauge and just not filling up the heater core all the way, which seems possible. So maybe that's what it was and I just wasted a bunch of time. But at the same time, there is, if you can see down in the bottom, there is coolant there, just like there was on the Corolla that I just dealt with. And on the Corolla, one of these heater hoses had a pinhole leak in it. So I just cleaned those hoses a bit. So we'll see if we can find a leak there. If not, we'll just keep driving it and see what happens. Drain plugs are closed up. So I'm just gonna throw the air box back in and fill it up. Like grape juice. Oh, it tastes kind of. Cool's burning off the manifold. Also, my new hood prop rod. Just a shower curtain rod that you tighten. You just twist it to tighten it. It's working perfect. That temperature is probably, I mean, about as hot as it's been getting. It's like the upper limit, so hopefully it'll get a little warmer. See, I closed all the doors and that door light is still on. I was putting a box in the back seat and I just kind of hooked it on the switch here, and I can feel that it's like cracked inside. It's just shattered. So there's a little plastic plug in there that this pushes in on, and I shattered a little piece of it falling out of the bottom. So I think that the plug, that it's the same as my parts Corolla. Hey, look at that. That one's good, and it looks exactly the same. So hopefully the plug on the back is the same. I'll just swap those out. A little bit warmer. Why don't we go for a drive? Oh yeah, it looks like it's getting warmer now. It's staying right there, so we fixed something. Whether it was the thermostat or the low coolant, we won't know. Maybe if the other coolant hoses start leaking, then it'll tell us that it probably was low. So I'll just keep an eye on those. I wonder if there's a plug on the inside there. I'll take that trim out. This little plug right here. Hopefully it's the same on the Camry. I have no idea. All right, there's a switch. It's pretty similar, except this wire's looking longer already. We could cut the wire and solder it if we have to. That little pad there behind the spool, I think that's covering a hole where I would access the wire. So I need to take this seatbelt spool out. It is similar. I don't think it's the same. No problem, as long as this part looks the same. That looks the same. So I'll just cut the wire and solder them together with the new plug. Let's see, this one I broke. Yeah, I just shattered that pin because it sticks out from the door jamb a little bit. It just goes in and pushes and says the door's closed. All right, well, I fed it in there. It's just barely long enough. Close, open, close, open. Yay. All right, now let's put it back together. You can see the light on the dash there. Gone. All right, fixed. She yells at her half the time, and then when they come outside, they're playing like this.